Hey guys, it's Mr. Washahi. Today's tutorial, we're actually going to be working with two-step inequalities. So here you've got inequality 5h plus 4 is less than negative 31. Disregard the number line right now. But a lot of students kind of, they struggle with inequalities because the inequality symbol is what kind of throws them off. So my best advice to you is to treat it as you would a regular two-step equation. So treat it as if right now we're just solving for h. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite my equation. 5h plus 4 is less than negative 31. Don't worry too much about the inequality symbol at the moment. We'll cross that bridge once we get there at the end. So right now we're just going to solve for h. So think of your first step. You want to zero out any constants. In this case, it'll be the positive 4. So I'll zero out positive 4 by subtracting 4. But whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. So let me draw my line to show that my first step. I'm going to drop my 5h. I haven't done anything with that yet. So negative 31 minus 4. Remember, if you got two negatives, you're going to just simply add them. 35. And since they're both negative, it's going to be negative 35. Okay. So now think about what our second step would be. I got 5h's equals negative 35. What's the opposite or inverse operation of multiplying? That's right, divide. So we'll divide each side by 5. Okay, so 35 divided by 5 is going to be 7. But since it's a negative and a positive, negative 7. So now I'm going to write my h, and then my inequality symbol is less than negative 7. So this is telling us that h has to be less than negative 7. So let's look at our number line. I'm going to come and identify our negative 7. H can't be equal to negative 7. Now if we had a line under our inequality, h can be equal to it, but it's not. So I'm going to mark it with an open circle. And here's the second part that students struggle with, is for one, identifying whether they should use an open dot or a closed dot. So if it's equal to, you could use a dot. If it cannot be equal to, you have to use an open circle. Now we got to determine which side do we shade in or outline. Think, which of these two sides will be less than negative 7? Okay, so if I got negative 7, which side of it would be less than it? That's right, everything to the left of it. So that means anything to the left of negative 7 can equal h. Okay, so again, treat it like a two-step equation. Determine if it's going to be equal to or not equal to, and then determine which side you're going to shade. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and look at our second example. I've got 8 is greater than or equal to 3 plus k over 5. So a couple things we see different in this example. You notice that we do have an equal to symbol. So that tells you, okay, we may not be using an open circle. Second, we also see division. So start thinking, what's the opposite of division? All right, let's go ahead and do our two steps. So we're going to zero out this positive 3. We zero out positive 3 by subtracting 3. If I subtract it from 3 from the right side, I have to do the same thing on the left. 8 minus 3 equals 5. And then I got k over 5. So here's telling me k is divided by 5, or a fifth of a k. So to undo division, you're going to multiply. We're going to multiply both sides by 5, and that'll just give us a whole k, but you got to do the same to the other side. 5 times 5 is 25. So remember, this is k, or 25 is greater than or equal to k. So let's go and find 25 on our number line. This time we're actually going to mark it with a closed circle or a dot because k can be 25. Okay, now we got to determine which, since it's telling us k is less than 25 or 25 is greater than k, think which side would k fall on? The sides to the left of 25 or the sides to the right of 25? So since k is less than 25, it's going to be everything to the right of it. I'm sorry, to the left of it. Okay? And a way to test out your answer is to choose we could pick any number to the left of 25 to test it and make sure our inequality is true. So you know what? Let's use the number 20. I'm choosing the number 20 because 20 would fall about right here in our number line, and we could easily divide it by 5. So kind of stick with me. I got 8 is greater than or equal to 3 plus 20 over 5. Okay, so think about it. We just substituted 20 for our k. Let's go ahead and solve. 20 divided by 5 is 4. I'm going to add 4 plus 3 is 7. And let's test it. Is 7 either less than or equal to 8? It's definitely not equal to it, but it's definitely less than, so that works. Now if we would have tried something on the other side of the number line, let's try 30. Okay, we're now going to substitute 30 in for our k. So now we're testing to see if anything to the right of our closed circle will work. So 30 divided by 5 is 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. Well, think. 9 is not less than 8, and it's definitely not equal to 8. So anything to the right of our dot won't work. Take that extra step to check your answer like that. It might take a little longer, but it's going to be more accurate. But again, it'll help you out and you know, kind of help you practice your different math skills. So again, when you're talking about inequalities, treat them like you would an equation. Solve for your variable and then determine, is it equal to or not equal to, and then where you would graph your line. Okay, so you've got some practice problems, but before you get to that, make sure you do the flip-flop activity or notes first, and that way you kind of understand what to do when you have negative coefficients. Okay guys, good luck.